I had switched my camera to a better quality setting and I had realised that you could see like literally every pore on my face, which was disturbing. So I've put some of this Huda Beauty finishing powder on, so hopefully it'll take some of the sheen off my face. You use a kabuki brush and you literally just go all around over your foundation and it just kind of gets rid of some shininess and fills in some of the gaps, so hopefully you won't be so disturbed by my porous shiny face this time. I'm gonna do a magnetic eyelash, but first I'm just going to do a bit of a muck around with some colourful eyeshadow because it's fun and we've all got time at the moment. So starting off with a basic pink shimmery shadow, which has kind of always been my go-to as a base. I'm just a fan of pink. A lot of people aren't, and if you aren't a fan of pink, then I'm sure you'll find a base that works for you. And I still don't know what colour I'm going to go for, which, seeing as I'm about to do it, it would help if I could decide. Let's do a purpley blue, because what is the harm? Why not? So I have cleaned my brush, as you'd be pleased to know. I've got this rounded kind of stiff brush, and it's quite good for your sort of base colour and your kind of darkest one. It's not a shy brush, but it gets in the gaps quite well. So I'll start off with this kind of Cadbury purple, which I really love. It's one of my favourite colours. And I'm just going to sink that right into the crease. And remember, you can remove as many times as you want and start again. So don't be shy, don't worry, just clot it on. Brushes are important for blending because it takes away some of that kind of insane look, but if you're just doing this in your house like I am and nobody's watching, then just experiment and have fun with it, because you can learn a thing or two just by playing. This Alexis Stone palette, I think it was like £15 or something, and it's a Revolution one. And a lot of the drag queens have come up with like collaboration palettes with different brands. And they come with really kind of nice colours and shimmers and glitter and all that kind of stuff. Stuff that you think that, why am I playing with this? Because I'm 35 nearly and I'm not a 12-year-old girl, but do you know what? I don't care. I really don't care. I'm not sorry. I just have too much fun doing this. So sorry, I just graduated to the second lightest one, just to kind of blend out this purple a bit. So I'm just going to go over it and then just kind of slowly work my way up. And I basically use the same technique every time I do eyeshadow, whether I'm doing a day-to-day look or a crazier look. It's that same graduated kind of fade. And I'm just kind of cleaning off the brush every time on a clean towel or flannel, and a stiff kind of flannel, just as a dry clean, just kind of gets away most of the kind of gross. And then I'm just going to do the lilac-y light one at the top, just to kind of fade it all out a bit more. Ugh, I love purple. Purple with silver is like stunning. Okay, so that's the main colour in there, and then I'm gonna take just a bigger sort of, I guess like a spadey shaped brush, and just use that to kind of work the colours in and get rid of excess and blend them all together. I'm having a bit of a line issue here. And there is, whatever anyone says, there is nothing wrong with using a finger in all aspects of life. So that's the purple. And I'll get our little penis brush for the win and just do a little bit of an erase, not too much because this is not a work look, this is a lockdown look. So I don't understand, why do you suddenly somehow get like a patch of skin that decides, I'm not going to play your game today. I'm going to be a pain in the ass and not play the same game as the rest of your face. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, there goes the music. Now I'm going to balance that out. This is just trial and error, keep going. Okay, so we've got the purpley eye. I don't actually find this to be too extreme. I probably wouldn't wear it out, but I might do it with like a pinky or a grey or maybe a green. Also got, this one looks gross because it is kind of, it just goes everywhere, but this is like used as a, it does go everywhere, a topper kind of. This is designed to go with the Alexis Stone one, and it's not like highly pigmented, it's just a kind of glitter, but it's got this cool sort of holographic glitter that just gives a light lifting effect to the eyeshadow underneath. And if you're not so good at the kind of fading-y blending, glitter will cover all your sins. It's not good for the environment, but I mean, what is these days? You can't win with anything, can you? So that's just kind of glittered over any of the mistakes I've made while I've been fading that out. That's the shadow. So now we get on to the tricky part, which is the magnetic eyelashes. So the first thing I'm going to do is mascara, because once those lashes are on, putting mascara on is not going to be your friend. And it doesn't, if you make mistakes with your mascara and you're putting on fake eyelashes, you really don't need to worry, because those eyelashes will cover all of your natural lashes. So my magnetic eyelashes, I have got so many of them. I went a bit mad on Amazon, and this is all before coronavirus happened, so I'm not just ordering random stuff. I have got a multitude of them, so from long beastly looking ones, again kind of longer ones, to shorter ones, which once these are on, they're quite, I wouldn't say subtle, but they definitely just give you a bit of a pop rather than being, you know, all the way out. to more kind of simple, same length all over. And then I've got some, these are a bit fancier, come in a fancier box. They're a bit longer, but they're a bit more sparse, so that gives you the length, but without the kind of clumpy look. And then these ones are really interesting. They look really raggedy, but they are top and bottom, and they stick to each other rather than sticking to liner. So I might do these first because it doesn't require liner, and then I will do the ones that require the liner. So basically, I haven't put these back in the box very well because obviously I wasn't bothering, but it comes with a top and a bottom, honey. Which one are you? So the top goes on the top of your lash and the bottom goes on the bottom. So we'll take the top one out and the bottom one out, and all these lashes kind of sit on a wire, and it's important to just make sure they're straight because otherwise you ain't gonna get them on. So this is not the easiest thing in the world, but they come with tweezers, and I don't like using them because I just feel like my fingers are a bit more accurate. So I've got the corresponding long, they've got a long edge here, can't really see it very well, and then a corresponding long edge on the top. So when they go together, it's like two spoons, they sort of sit on top of each other. So I will start off by placing the top one on top there, and then hopefully this works, bottom one underneath. And I'm not wearing any eyeliner, nothing, and you see how they've just stuck together, and I'll do the other side as well. And these ones just have like one magnet. I don't know if you can see that darker bit there, that's a tiny magnet. Let's do the other side. So I'm just gonna place that as close to my lash line as possible, and then stick. Right, so that one's gone horribly wrong. You can see like it's sticking up there, so I'm just gonna pull the whole thing off, unstick it. Oh. And we're gonna try again. It's very easy to get wrong, and I would recommend doing this with some kind of liner underneath because that will cover up a lot of mistakes. Ugh, okay, that's not gone right either. Right, so we'll just use this one as a demonstration, but you can see how that has just kind of extended my natural lashes and provided, it's just like a little half. I quite like the way that looks. It's not for everybody, and you can kind of see where it finishes. So again, if I had a liner on, you wouldn't be able to see that, and it would kind of be a bit more seamless. So that's the kind of that's the kind of ones that are top and bottom sticking together. I've got some that are full top and bottom sticking together, but I had to fight so hard to get them to work. It almost wasn't worth it. So now you can refer back to my liquid liner tutorials of how to do this. Magnetic eyeliner is gloopy and it is not ideal, and because I am cheap, I've used the cheap ones from Amazon, so the eyeliner is not the best. But if you want, you can use pencil underneath to kind of use as a guide. With the liquid one, for the magnetic liquid one, you literally just have to make sure you've got your main line on your eyelid for it to stick to, and then you can do your flick and your inside to tidy it up just with a normal eyeliner. So you can correct it. So I'm just going to go in right in the middle and do a thick line to start with. This stuff, I'm not gonna lie, it's quite hard to work with, and you have to make sure you get enough on because it takes quite a while to dry. And if you don't have enough on, it just, like, they just won't stick. Or they will stick and then they'll just say goodbye to you about an hour later. So we'll go with that for one. So it's just the main part of the eyeliner I've done. If you get it on your lashes, don't worry too much. The only downside is that the fake eyelashes themselves might try and stick to your eyelashes, which is kind of annoying, but you can just pull them off and do it again. It is very gloopy stuff. Okay, so that's two kind of basic lines. And I am just going to use a cotton wool pad and a bit of remover because I've got quite gloopy, if you can see there, it just kind of hit my eyelashes and it's quite gloopy. So I'm just going to wipe that off a little bit. I know you can't see it, but I'm just fussy and I know it's there, so. Right, so while that dries, I will do some, I don't have nothing here, I don't have any lips on, so I'm going to do that while it dries. I've got this is actually, I love this so much and I wish I had the bigger one. This is a Benefit Gold Rush and it's the mini one. And it's so cute. It's like a little goldy pinky bronzer. It comes with this little brush and for some reason this brush is the only thing I can get to actually pick it up. Don't know why. And it gives just a kind of nice light peachy bronze, so it's not as heavy as the Charlotte Tilbury one. And for a kind of day-to-day or like weekend look, quite like this. I don't know why I'm bothering with a day-to-day bronzer when I've got Cadbury's eggs on my eyes, but there you go. Maybe we'll just do this as the base and then I can do something pink. So that's quite a nice kind of bronzer. And then again, up the top, because I am pale, pale, pale. And even when I'm tanned, I always put foundation on top of it. So a little bit along the jawline as well, just to balance everything. Oh, and it smells good. It smells so good. Oh. And I think because we are doing crazy makeup this morning, I'm going to do a little bit of pink blusher. So this is very old and I don't recommend using old makeup. I only use it every so often. This is a very classic old schoolgirl pink. And I do quite enjoy using it sometimes. Reminds me of like 90s blush. And if you're into Drag Race, you will know Trixie Mattel is the queen of 90s pink blush. There we go. So I look less like a ghost. And I will do a similar trick to the one I did yesterday with my nose, but again, because we are going more extreme today. I didn't realize I had so many Benefit products, but apparently I do. This is High Beam. If you are familiar with Benefit, you will know this is one of the best-selling products, and I have had this High Beam for, it's embarrassing, about 15 years maybe, and it's still going. So I'm going to do that line, but I'm doing it with High Beam. Don't freak out. It will be fine. I'm telling myself that more from my benefit. And then do a little button at the bottom. And then I'm going to get a clean brush. I'm just going to fade her out. This is quite a lot. It's okay, we can fix it. Fade her up. And I might do, I'm gonna fix that nose in a second because that's quite a lot, but just gonna do a little bit of a brow highlight as well. So these brows are feeling very left out compared to the eyeshadow. Gloop. Kind of sets the brows off a little bit more. And because I was silly and put too much of that on, I'm going to revisit my little nose trick that I did yesterday. Same stubby brush. Still undecided about this, you know. Maybe we should just get a nose job. Joking. And a pink lip, I think. We're going pink purples. I have too many MACs. Too many. Can't find the one I need, so I will go with a pinky brown. This is a matte Mare by MAC. This is one of my go-tos. I sort of think if you're doing a really colourful eye, that the lips should be maybe a little toned down just to, I don't know, because if both is like, that's a lot. Not the ideal lip colour, but here we are. Now, I'm gonna go back to the liner because it's starting to dry, and I'm going to do the flick just with a normal eyeliner because those magnets don't stick to the flicky part, they just stick to the main part of the line. I'm going to do a big flick because a lot of the lashes are quite big. Again, just doing the inside just so it kind of trails down so you can see the difference. Getting them to match up is always difficult. I'm so sad this is running out. Okay, so we've got big flicky eyeliners. This is basically dry. I will show you a couple of these lashes so you can see the difference. I think I will start off with the kind of baby ones. So they'll come with these like weird sort of awkward clippies. They're quite good at getting them out of the tray, but once they're off the tray, I prefer to manhandle them. So they have, these ones have 5 magnets running down the length of the inside of the lash. You can see in the light. And you are literally, I'm going to go in at quite a steep angle to my eye to avoid, and they are quite hungry buggers. That has not gone perfectly, but it's gone well enough. And you can see how easy that went on, and it doesn't want to move. Like, I can feel it there, but it's not super uncomfortable. And that's quite a short one. I'll do the other side as well so you can see. Getting them off the tray is probably the hardest part, to be honest. You do have to kind of work the shape of them a little bit, especially if you've used them before. And again, I'll just sort of place them on there. And the placement, sometimes you have to take them off and do it again, but this has gone okay. So yeah, those are my shortest ones. I would probably wear these for maybe an evening, a dinner, maybe, probably not with purple eyeshadow, but there you go. And then to take them off, just pull and they're gone. So if you're drunk, you don't want to wear them anymore, you just pull them off. And that's that. The only bad thing, and I don't know if you can see it, is when you pull them off, sometimes it makes little holes. So it pulls off the magnetic eyeliner with it, which is kind of annoying. Because if you do have a bit of an accident while you're out, you can't really fix the holes. So I have been known to travel with just a liquid liner in my handbag, just to correct if I have an accident with these, which has only happened a couple of times, to be fair. And as a second go, I'm going to put on these babies, and these, if you can see, they're very feathery. I don't know how I feel about them, so I'll put them on and you can judge for yourself. That has not gone on very well. It is a little uncomfortable. Basically applied that too close to the inside of my eye, so you can see where it's sort of not adhered very well. So I'm going to take it off. I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to push that down. Yeah, that's better. And I'll get the second one. Hopefully, when I do this one, it'll be better, because you learn, don't you? Technically. Sometimes you just takes a bit of fiddling to get it right. Oh, this has not gone very well. I'm not here to pretend that I get it right every time, because I don't. This is more to kind of just demonstrate. There we go. I can literally feel, if I do that, them touching my eyebrows, which is a very strange feeling. If you get them on, and like I have just now, you can see like the stubby kind of end. Just get in there with a liner and fill it in a little bit. Do it on that side as well. And remember that, except in circumstances like this where you're making a video to kind of show the details, nobody's actually going to look that closely at your eyes. They're just not. Nobody sees the detail that you see on your own face. So even if you're kind of freaking out thinking, oh God, I've got these crazy eyelashes on, everybody's going to be staring at me, blah, 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 they're probably not, because nobody really pays that much attention in real life. So that is magnetic eyelashes. Not all of them are this crazy, but it is quite fun sometimes to wear something a bit different. Bye.